welcome to our episode of Super Reaction Bros. I'm Chris.
And I'm Christopher.
And on today's episode, we are taking a look at the newest CinemaSins for Everything Wrong with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I don't see anything wrong with the movie, but okay.
It's going to probably be a lot of nitpicking, probably.
Probably like the very, very small little things that barely notice, but it's nothing too like, oh my god, it's going to ruin the movie.
But more thinking outside the box when looking for sins, probably.
Yeah, probably just the basic type of stuff. So, let's just dive right into this. I mean, there's nothing much to say. The movie, as always, like we said in our other reactions for other little things, the movie was fantastic. It was beautifully done. It was just a feat on its own for an animated type of film, for an animated superhero film. So let's just see what nitpicking little things they may grab for CinemaSins for Everything Wrong with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So here we go.
Mm. 58 seconds of Into the Logoverse. Alright, let's do this one last time. Clever narration harkening back to almost every superhero reboot having to have an origin story is still narration, and it's the origin story, so double sins. I'm a comic book, I'm a cereal, did a Christmas album.
Yeah, I didn't know it was Chris Pine for the first Spider-Man.
Me too, I had to look it up, I was like, oh shit.
Always ending with O's, especially when Spidey Snacks, Spidey Flakes, Spidey Grams are still on the table. Because the only thing standing between this city and oblivion is me. Frighteningly, roughly 11,000 New Yorkers say this to me at every point, including but not limited to the DA, random aggressive cops, deluded artists, corrupt hot dog vendors, and Howard Stern. Sony headphones is only the first of many Sony product placements in this otherwise artistically original film. Look, I get this is the style of animation that the movie is using to make it stand out, feel more authentically like a comic book or whatever. But that doesn't make it any less irritating that the first time I saw this, I spent 20 minutes of the movie trying to figure out if it was on purpose or if the theater employees were too busy jerking off in people's popcorn to pay attention to the presentation of the film. And when I realized it was on purpose, I then spent 20 more minutes trying to figure out why my popcorn
extra salty.
I want to hear it. I love you, Dad. Hilarious moment, and it shows how much he loves Miles. But it also devastates Miles' reputation.
Yeah, it does.
What's up with these cones in this unused closest lane? People are dropping kids off in lane 2, outside the cones. Are we just shutting down lanes of traffic this morning because it goes near a school? This 5 seconds of montage alone should convince every American that we are putting too much pressure on our young students.
That's true.
I don't think I've seen you before. Since we find out this Gwen Stacy is from another universe, how exactly did she get into this prestigious private school? It doesn't factor in.
They really don't explain that, no.
No, they don't.
Why would she even try to get in? Jesus Christ, is it possible to have too many references to Spider-Man in a Spider-Man movie? This movie is pointing a pretty big arrow to yes.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's a Spider-Man movie.
You serious, Uncle Aaron? Do not do this. This is
tragically bad advice. Yes, it is, but it's fun, tragically bad.
Can't do a thing over and over only to ultimately do that very thing cliche. My biggest problem with this time lapse is that Miles' roommate apparently needs 2 PC screens, a separate laptop, and a phone, all operating at once at like 3 in the morning.
I do that.
He's either mining Bitcoin or
at 2 a.m. in the morning.
I'm not going through puberty. I did, but I'm done.
Movie was clearly spying on my middle school interaction.
Girls.
Why wouldn't you just say her name was Gwen, or whatever name she used to get into this school? Movie not being able to resist a moment this sitcom-y deserves a sit.
It's just puberty.
I don't think you know what puberty is.
Wanda would be excellent at cinema.
Wanda.
Miles' sticky spider hands rip a sticky spider hand-shaped amount of her hair off her head. And no one is going to question the stickiness of Miles' hands. I know why she isn't, but everyone else should be really curious about what's going on here. How exactly did he get all of Gwen's hair from the previous shot off of his hand? Narcs.
Narcs.
I'm one looking up at this moment to see this.
Why is this happening? Please stop sticking.
Convenient comic book page placement is convenient. Where did the Green Goblin even go? It's not as if Spider-Man incapacitated him. He just swung down to help Miles. Is that f***ing Tombstone? God, I love that this movie is bringing
Oh, wow, I didn't realize that.
Tombstone and the Prowler and putting them on the big screen for the first time. That deserves a send-off. Kingpin survives this. Get that thing ready to go.
Have you seen the size of him?
King how? It was destroyed. It'd be faster to build a new one from scratch.
I mean, he has people.
Maybe turn the flashlight off. Look at the center lines of this road and then the cars parked along the right. There is no room for cars to drive in this lane.
That makes no sense.
This street is too f***ing narrow, or else all these cars are about to get towed for parking illegally. Also, there is a meat to eat on both sides of this street. NYCers must f***ing love them some meat to eat.
It's a Banksy.
Banksy. Okay, I gotta read these comics so I can learn how to be a Spider-Man, so definitely the best place for that is a dark alley.
I do love that scene.
He's like, nope.
Cemetery. And they allowed people to visit it and drop off trinkets and flowers, then A, it would still be f***ing overrun with people since he literally just died. And B, there would be way the hell more trinkets and flowers here.
She wanted kids and it scared me.
As it f***ing should. Who knows what that spider DNA mixed with human DNA.
Yeah, and that's probably why he decided not to.
This whole sequence is fun and neat to look at. I mean it, but it's just covering up a super dump of exposition. The snowman head was a good gag. There's no way it would stay on this long. Not a costume. It was literally a ball of snow. They were just making fat jokes about his gut a minute ago, but now he looks pretty in shape. Actually, Lady Doc Ock is about to make some more jokes about his gut. But my point is that the movie draws the gut only when it needs it. Considering how many times had to go up against Spider-Man, I would think Alchemex would have some exterior cameras pointing up to catch moments just like this. And I guess I would be wrong, but that doesn't make it any less stupid.
Look at this, Dad.
Okay, just a second ago, this is how far above Kingpin the vent was. Then Miles bumps into Peter, Bob's your uncle, and now they're 3 times closer? Dr. and Mrs. Peripheral Vision here.
Password, capital DGFAMP.
That password is way longer than the one Liv typed in a second ago.
Obviously, you've been glitching.
Glitching? No.
Well, someone saw Wreck-It Ralph.
Let me tell you the good news. We don't need the monitor.
They told me about the voice work. They even told me about the fresh original story, but they did not prepare me for how funny the shit was gonna be. That's a sin for they.
So what do I say to that?
How come he only ever glitches when it's super inconvenient or when he's talking about glitching? Spider-Gwen Ex Machina.
I joined the band. Saved my dad.
Bruce Wayne, eat your heart out. Long after the dust has settled and the newness is worn off, people will still regard this film as f***ing fantastic. But I personally will still be trying to point out to people how it's like 25% expositional character introductions.
When they get in.
Spider Sense told me to head to Vision's Academy. Wasn't sure why until I met you.
But since Gwen was in the class Miles showed up late for, that means she was there before he was bitten by the spider. So why would her spider sense tell her to go there? Do these abilities spider sense destiny now? The flashbacks of Kingpin's loved ones, which is also just another rapid-fire exposition dump in a movie full of them, would get more emotions out of me if they dialed back a bit on the Kingpin is comically large and his head is located where most folks' sternums would be. I'm not sure how this action prevents Tombstone from still shooting the guns at Liv, since they're still clearly pointed at her.
I mean, this place is pretentious.
And also, just another back.
Back at you.
You might need these.
If the other spider people have been here the whole time, then why is the spider sense just now lighting up?
I just washed my hands. That's why they're wet. No other reason.
Well, we finally got to a joke in this movie that falls completely flat for me. He might be a real canonical character, but this is like Popeye showing up in the middle of The Incredibles.
Sometimes I let matches burn down to my fingertips just to feel something, anything.
This noir, penny, ham introduction sequence feels like one of those SNL sketches where they do celebrity impressions to give us fake auditions for famous movies.
How did you...
Not entirely wrong.
Hell, same as you. Why are you asking this?
Look, I made a promise, so I have to keep it.
Promises to dead people aren't all that important, man. I promised my grandfather that I would never forget it, but I already don't remember his name. I think it was Grandpa. See, you know.
Can you swing and flip with the grace of a trained dancer?
Do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a bow?
Come on, Miles, get up. You need to be more honest with yourself about this.
After a test that lasted less than 2 minutes, at least give him a 10.
Yeah,
I know, right?
The one thing I will always never understand about these parallel dimension films is the insistence on having everything be the exact f***ing same, with maybe one word change, like that red X truck in the background. Red X? Really? It's more likely that there's a FedEx in this universe than that there's a red X in recreating the magic thumb drive that kills the collider, the specifics of which this movie has yada yada to hell and back. They took the time to laser etch a spider logo on it, because reasons.
You gotta go, man.
This movie rules. Literally everything in it is happening too fast. Despite the fact that Miles is wearing a cheap Halloween costume, it remains completely unshredded after he was dragged across a roof.
No, Bob. I'm sorry. You're on your way. Just keep going.
Does every incarnation of Spider-Man have to lose a beloved uncle?
Yeah.
What about MJ?
Well, that new documentary really did a number on his popularity. And honestly,
Oh, the fucking
Yeah.
several states have legalized it, and 24 have made it legal for medicinal purposes. But there's still a long way to you met Mary Jane the person.
Who's saying did you shit?
Fuck this kid.
All these spider dicks teaming up to prevent Miles from taking part in the climax because they want to protect him? Assholes.
Took you long enough.
It took you long enough, cliche. God damn, this movie had momentum and an understanding of comic books never before demonstrated by any movie adaptation that came before. This is a fun figuring out the powers scene, but there is a timetable, right? You're telling me he's had time to get to Aunt May's, spray paint the suit, let it dry, and do this montage before they could get to the collider and send everyone home? Are they still taking the bus just for comedy now? Boy, they sure did clean up the mess of that last collider accident and build a new machine in a hurry. Like 2 days? I think it was 2 days. That's so amazing I'm willing to call bull. They do this ceiling hiding trick a lot, and usually I let it go. But there's 5 of them, including a giant robot. And those ceilings aren't that high. There's zero chance Kingpin or the 2 guards didn't notice them before now. So we all realized that everyone in that building just got trans-dimensionalized and probably died a horrible, painful death. Just making sure everyone's good with that. This is kind of fun and all, but it's just Yoda fighting Dooku, right? One of the movie's only problems is sometimes leaving viewers with a bad case of what the just happened-itis. At some point, this movie just said, you logic and physics, and wants me to just roll with it. And for the most part, I can. Still a sin, but it's a fun
sin.
I'd be sad if this girl and her robot were more than glorified cameo characters.
I got the quarter open. You first, Penny.
But how do they know they will each go back to their own dimension? Miles letting go of Peter here after both have finally understood their purpose? It won't be, but that was the superhero moment, not whatever ass-beating Miles does after this. Why would Vanessa and Richard start randomly appearing here? Like most superhero films, the final few minutes turn into one big animated ball of nonsense. As they fall through the, I guess a scene from inner space, somehow Miles and Father are both still alive and both still in or on things that are intact and can both see each other from this distance while falling into purgatory.
Hey, Kingpin! Push the red button for me!
This works. Miles' dad survives this.
Okay, let's do this one last time, yeah? For real this time.
If we have to.
If we have to.
But I remember that scene on the bus. They weren't buddy-buddy. They just met. They were just getting to know each other. He said, if you ever decide to do friends again, I could open up a slot. And she awkwardly replied, I'll keep you posted. Now, is that the kind of conversation that ends with one of them saying, let's take a selfie together? Possible cannibalism.
Miles! Miles! You got a minute?
What's happening? Is he remembering her? Is she calling to him from another dimension? It's Lynn's voice, but I feel like I should know what this means, and I don't. This movie rules. Everyone that worked on it deserves mention. But this movie has 10 minutes of credits. That's excessive, especially when the movie is going to put an after-credit scene at the end.
Not bad.
85, that's not bad.
Apparently, some kind of transposition has taken place. I find it extremely interesting.
Do you know how easy this is for me?
I know why you left.
Everyone knows why, and I told you why.
No, you said it was because of the TV. But I don't believe that.
I got some questions. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers?
Find that girl. You walk up to her and be like, how you doing?
How you doing?
If you don't tell me your name, I'm gonna have to make one up.
It's Diane Sawyer. Hello?
I'm gonna roll you into a little ball and shove you up my vagina.
What?
Eric.
Good job!
Wait, what?
The Steve Ranga goes, good job! Yeah, so basically, general consensus is it's heavy on exposition dump.
That's all it is.
That's main.
That's what this is. It was this heavy expedition dump for them. That's what they thought for this film. But they still thought it was still a phenomenal and great movie, pretty much.
One of the more lower encounters. They even hit triple digits. So that should show you there alone what this meant.
Yeah.
Like for a film overall. Even the guy from Simpsons goes, even a couple of sins he's like, it's a sin, but it's still like a sin that I like.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
Yeah. So really good job, and of course, if you haven't seen it yet, go watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah, it's a great movie.
Or Avengers Endgame to make yourself feel sad. So other than that, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button. If you want to talk to us more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And I feel like that's just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about Cinema Sins. Hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon as well.
Let us know what you guys thought of this Cinema Sins
episode.
Sorry, my mind just went. And let us know pretty much if you agree with them, you disagree with them. Love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. What drew you into the Spider-Man film? Pretty much, what did it? What really captured attention? Was the animation? Was the story? Was it everything all together? Love to hear your guys' thoughts down below for the Spider-Man. Put down what you thought of our reaction overall. But most importantly, thank you for watching.
So until next time, I'm Chris.
I'm Christopher.
And this has been a very Spider-Man filled episode of SRB.
See you
Later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out our previous reactions,
as well as our other shows,
click the playlist down below.
And if you want to check us out in the social universe,
you can check us out on Twitter
as well as Stardust
@SuperReactBros.